Pap Brady, you dig what I'm saying? I'm back with the new friends. Y'all see me before we go into the new year. I had to get my glasses game up. I couldn't see for shit. You know what I'm saying? So they cooked me up with some glasses. Got my glasses, man, for Christmas. You dig what I'm saying? Hope everybody's having a great end of the year. Hope everybody had a great holidays. You dig what I'm saying? And I hope everything you wanted for Christmas you got. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm here. Y'all know why I'm here, man. Y'all can read by the title, man. Agent Carter, Season 1, Episode 5. You know what I'm saying? We've been making our way through this season, you feel what I'm saying? I like doing it like this, just when I want to drop. Now in the time schedule, trying to keep up with anything with vids, like just keeping it just when I want to watch it, I want to watch it. But you know what I'm saying? We gonna go straight into episode 5 because I honestly think this was the worst episode that I ever watched. When it comes to like how they really formed this episode, like it just didn't make it really showed me that Agent Carter, aka Peggy, is literally a Mary Sue, like literally a Mary Sue. She's a Ray Skywalker. She all that shit there. You dig what I'm saying? It is crazy, like really crazy. Like, I did not expect it to be this bad. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get into it, man. The last episode, like I said, the last thing that we saw on episode 4 was one of her roommates, Dottie, killed one of the enemies that was actually coming for Peggy Carter. You dig what I'm saying? And the typewriter typed out a message that nobody in the SSR could understand. Now we lead back into the next episode. It shows some past footage of Dottie. Dottie basically was raised a cold motherfucking killer. You know what I'm saying? In a camp full of girls. I don't really get that part, but you know what I'm saying? She was raised in a camp full of girls, camp full of killers. She was raised to kill. She was raised to, you know what I'm saying, be off some wild shit. So, like, I think now she's kind of, like, about to really figure out Peggy Carter because, like, in this episode, like, she's going in her room, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's really, like, starting to examine who Peggy Carter is. She actually finds out that Peggy Carter has connections to Steve Rogers, which is Captain America. So, you know what I'm saying? Dottie, I feel like going in deep into the season is going to definitely be some type of, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be a big asset to like, or at least be a big enemy to Peggy. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, because Shorty definitely got them hands. You feel me? And the thing about it is, just how they did for Shorty, they could have actually just did the same thing for Peggy. They could have just showed how she got trained. They could have showed all that, but instead they just go with she just learned how to do it and nobody knows. So, you know what I'm saying? Dottie, excuse me, is with the shits. And you know, Peggy, you know, like right now, she don't know where she gonna turn. You know, after being snaked out by Howard Stark and Jarvis, she kind of doesn't know where she wanna go. And Jarvis like, hey, like I'm gonna keep it real with you. Fuck with us, like they don't respect you in there. You know what I'm saying? Like we respect you, and of course in a womanly way. Woman power way, she's like, they're gonna respect me, da 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 da. And boy, did they respect her in this episode. Man, not only did she figure out what the alien translation was, now she's like a Russian, she's a Russian, she learned how to translate Russian and shit like that. She's a code reader. I'm like, when was Agent Carter any of this stuff? Like y'all didn't show anything leading up to this, which makes this shit just look trashy. So they gave her the code breaking ability. So the main like sergeant, the dude Michael Douglas, not Michael Douglas, the dude off Seven Heaven, what's his name? Hold on, I'm about to actually find his name because he was actually in the movie. What's her name too? Lizzie McGuire. I forgot what it's called. Chad Michael Murray, Captain Jack Thomas. Basically, you know, like now that they know where the code is from, they're like gonna go to the location where, you know what I'm saying, the typewriter is leading them. So he's like, man, I want to take Peggy. You feel what I'm saying? And she just like, I'm going because I'm the only one who knows how to read Russian and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Now, man, this is the part that blows me, dog. Like, not only did she basically prove them that they need her, she calls Cap's team, the 107th like little crew that basically hangs with him, that did all his missions with him. She gives them one ring and they're like, oh yeah, we're down. You know what I'm saying? So now she's officially in charge of this mission to go find out where this message from the Leviathan's machine is telling them to go. So I'm like, I get it, but you're just a code breaker. Like, she was walking around with the chopper. She met up with the 107 crew, and she walking around with the chopper. She was real live leading these niggas. I'm like, yo, when did their rapport come so good? Like, I only knew her being good through Captain America, through Howard Stark, like, and everything they were doing. So it's like, how come she's like running shit now in the SSR? I guess trying to prove that she's that person. Like I said, I really didn't feel that they like. She basically forced herself into their mission, and then on top of that, when she's changing, this was so sexist right here. She goes and changes in the men's bathroom, and it's like, oh, y'all just better not look at me because I'm not about to go in a public women's bathroom. I'm just gonna go in the men's bathroom, the men's locker room. Dog, that's inappropriate, dog. And if they had a show where the dude was going into a woman's locker room, they'd be like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is some real life perv shit. You know what I'm saying? So I really didn't like the fact that she was just like sunning everybody on the SSR all because she knows how to translate the code now. So like I said, that's like one of the biggest, like, the baddest thing. Like, I really didn't like this episode at all, to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like, if you really get a review of the episode, they're just trying to basically find out where the source is coming from this typewriter. You know what I'm saying? And and like just trying to still figure out what Howard Stark is. You feel me? So they go to Russia to figure that shit out. And like I said, that episode was just a little bit too much of, you know what I'm saying, her son and grown ass men. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you're doing things that physically a woman can't do. She's like telling them what to do. Like, the 107 nigga was trying to smoke a cigar, she takes a cigar. He like, used to be fun. I'm like, when was she fun? We never saw no motherfucking correlation of nothing, her backstory. We just jumped straight into the story. You feel what I'm saying? I think they should have had more background, and I feel like Marvel would do anything to be on their Marvel suit shit. They just slid that shit into the show. So the next thing, while they're out in Russia, I had to look through my notes. The next thing, beside the bullshit Murray Sue shit they were doing, when they were out in Russia, one of the agents, he actually, the one with like the peg leg and like the little wooden leg and shit, he actually looks at the bullet hole scar on Peggy's shoulder, and in the picture it's the same scar. So now he started like push it together, like, damn, this might be Peggy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she's on the verge of getting caught again while she's in Russia. You know what I'm saying? So while he's figuring out her case, she's leading around the 107. They getting beat up they getting shot up every second. They're not giving no defense to help out Peggy. She's just in control and helping everything. I'm like, dog, this shit's getting kind of corny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let the characters be the characters. She don't have to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So she could get her respect. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't like that, man. But they basically they basically go out there on this mission with Peggy in Russia for them to figure out the information. They getting shot up by a little girl, stabbed up by a little girl, shot up by unexperienced people, and Peggy just knows what she's doing. You feel me? And that shit was weak. And meanwhile, also, Dottie, like I said at the beginning, she's looking through Peggy's shit, and she's figuring out about Stark. She's figuring out about, Cap. So, like, she's getting some information. I guess that's going to play a big role in the next episodes. You feel what I'm saying? And so, the dude, Jack Thompson, right? When shit really get grizzly, he done talked all this shit the whole episode. When shit get grizzly, this nigga has PSD, whatever, post-traumatic trauma, whatever. Like, I don't sound the word right now. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't remember the word. PTSD, yeah. And he just freezes in the field, and she has to come and prep talk him and save him. I'm like, this nigga was doing all this talking, he was a bitch? He let Peggy Carter come save him? And you was in the actual army, in the Navy, whatever you was in, dog. Like, it didn't make any sense, dog. They made my man look like a cold skirt. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fuck with that. Then once they like kind of like ended the mission and shit like that, like the leader of the 107 nigga was like, you know, if Cat was here, he would say Peggy was in charge. Bruh, do what Peggy says, bruh. Cat would not say that, bruh, because he's the captain, bruh. Basically, they made Peggy Carter in this episode officially to Captain Britain. Literally the Captain America woman version, bro. That shit was so sad. I was like, dog, these are things that Peggy was not doing at all. And then the other thing was she wasn't doing none of it in anything else in the Captain America movie. You know what I'm saying? They could have at least showed that shit in the movie to show, like, even when she was old, like clips of her actually putting in work. So all this stuff that she was doing, like that we didn't know she was already doing, would make sense. Her whole toting around a big ass chopper would make sense. You know what I'm saying? That shit didn't make no fucking sense, dog. And that's what I don't like about shows and Disney and shit like that. Like, make this shit make sense, man. Like, if you're gonna have a woman doing all this stuff, I'm looking at Ant-Man and the Wasp. If you watch that movie, Ant-Man, the first one, she actually trained him. She showed how she got, like, how, you know what I'm saying? Why she was so powerful, why she was more powerful than Scott. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just no explanation why she was a code breaker, why Peggy was a code breaker, and why she was toting around a big ass chopper in front of a bunch of men that literally been toting a big ass chopper for life. So, you know what I'm saying? I really, man, I really didn't like this episode, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad finally at the end, now that she's broke the code and basically proved that Tony Stark wasn't part of that massacre or any of the bullshit that's been going on and shit that's been getting stolen in the middle. Now they believe her. They're like, yeah, we respect you, Carter. Let's go out for a drink. Now they want to respect this bitch. I'm like, dog, it took 5 episodes for y'all to realize this bitch wasn't a dummy. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like the stupidity in this show. You know what I'm saying? Especially where it's leading to episode 5. I only can imagine how far they're going to go with episode 6 of season 2. You know what I'm saying? So, really, to be honest with you, I did not like episode 5. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad she finally got her respect, but how she had to step down on men just to get her respect. Because I guess they were doing it to her, but I'm just like, look at the times. You feel what I'm saying? That's just what the times was. So I understand that, and I understand you want to stick it to the mind, Peggy Carter, but the way they did it was just like, why would she be leading a bunch of men with a chopper, and we ain't never known her to do that shit? You know what I'm saying? So this episode 5, I give it an overview and a review of it, man. Basically, you know what I'm saying? They clear Stark's name. Dottie is about to be the new op or new enemy of Peggy. She finally gets her respect by shitting on all the men, and now they're on to her again. Back to that picture again, man. She need to move better than that, dog. So, you know what I'm saying? Overall, man, this episode sucked ass, man. Like, it pulled me out of it when I just kept seeing her do these things that I've still been questioning since my episode 2 and 3 reviews. You feel me? Like, how the fuck she doing this shit? You know what I'm saying? But, hey, I'm almost done with the season, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna keep it going. And it'd be nice if the season got better and shit actually explained itself. You dig what I'm saying? So, hey, this episode was trash. Peggy Carter is trash. Episode 5, the Agent Carter. You dig? But hey, that's just my review, my honest opinion. If you feeling any type of way about it, hey, let me know in the comments. Email us. You dig what I'm saying? Let us know what you think about Agent Carter. If you already have seen it or you just watching it because you watching our shit. You know what I'm saying? Watching my reviews. You dig? So let me know what you think. That's the way the cookie crumbles. It's Pap Brady, one half of Marvelous Bluntz. You dig what I'm saying? I'll be back with episode 6, maybe soon, maybe not soon. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's coming.